Hey everyone, Toffley here. I just have a little tutorial for you here about how to actually generate a digital circuit diagram. And you've got a few options for how to do this. There's lots of software that can do it. I'm going to show you two of the software packages that I like. I'm going to recommend that you use one of them because it's just going to meet your needs better. Then I'll show you the one that I actually prefer for myself. So to get us started, just to kind of show you what we're doing, I actually have an example in mind. This is your homework assignment. You've got these circuits here that I need you to go through and do a truth table and a diagram for. I already gave you an answer for A, just so you know what this is all going to look like. But to show you how I got there, I had A plus B dot C is equal to Y, um, or A or B and C is equal to Y. Remembering our orders of operation, we have to evaluate and before we evaluate or, which means we have to evaluate B and C before we look at the or operator that ties that into A. So I needed the truth table for that. I evaluated B and C first, B and C first, and then I evaluated A or this to generate this list of outputs over here. Now, to draw the circuit for it, again, just to kind of explain my process, I had my three flow lines coming in. I knew A, B, or C. I knew that I had to deal with B and C first because they were tied into the AND gate. And then I knew that the OR A was going to come in separately at the end. So I started by drawing my three flow lines. I knew the first two flow lines had to connect to an AND gate. And then I knew that I was tying the output of the AND gate into the OR gate. So to show you how I did that graphically, we're going to come in. The first website I want to show you is circuitverse.org. You can see the address there, circuitverse.org. This one is what I'm going to recommend to you because it's user friendly and the simulation capabilities here are very good. So if you want to test the circuit really quick, this one is very simple and very straightforward to use. So again, if we're going to do A or B and C, first of all, we're going to need three inputs. So I'm going to bring in the three inputs first. And I'm just going to chuck them in there. And just to make life easy, we're also going to label these things. It's not word. Oh, annotation. Sorry, my bad. So we're going to bring in an annotation here. And I think I'm okay with this coming in right like so. And I'm going to bring in one more. I've lost it. It wants me to do text right away. So I'm labeling that circuit, or I'm labeling the input rather. Same thing, I'll bring in a rectangle. Why did you just do that? Delete that. Let's bring in text. Text is going to be C for this label. Then my last input down here is going to be A. This flow line is A. So I have my three inputs that are labeled. Now, again, we are doing A or B and C. The order of operations, if you come back up in here, I told you that AND gets evaluated before an OR. So the very first thing we have to do is apply the AND to the B and the C, which I can show you. We have our gates on this drop down over here. I can bring in an AND gate. Connecting the wires here are pretty easy. You can see on the side of these shapes, there's a little tiny green dot. It highlights the green circle when I click on it. I can just click on that and I can drag over, release, click down, release, and then this is where it gets a little bit ugly. Just wanted to delete that piece that I added on. And same thing if I drag over from C and up and across. That right there is just connected B and C into the AND gate here. I know I have an OR gate coming out at the end. And I know that I need to have my AND gate connected to it. like so. And I also need to have my A input tied into it. I'm just going to scroll in because it looks like I missed. Delete that piece. I deleted the wrong piece. Believe it or not, this is the easy software. This is the one that I think is going to be easier for all of you to use. Easier when you zoom in. And I just zoomed in with the scroll wheel on my mouse. That's how I did that. And then if I come to the output, I want to show you the output for this as well. And we're going to connect the output in. And voila, there's your circuit diagram. Now, the nice thing about circuitverse.org is that this circuit diagram is functional. So I can actually activate the circuit diagram. So watch what happens if I click on this. I can change the input state. So I've changed it from a 0 to a 1. Now I have a 1. I have current coming down this line to this OR gate. Remember how an OR gate works? If either of the inputs is high, this output will also go high. So by turning A on, I've just turned the output of that gate to 1. I can do the same thing with the B and the C. If I turn on B, nothing happens to the output because it's going into an AND gate. The only way to get this output to go high is if they are both high. And watch when I click on this, that goes to a 1. So circuitverse.org, it does not take that long to put together gates. You can put together circuit diagrams very quickly. The simulator works very nicely. It's very smooth. It's very efficient. This is a great way to check your work even and make sure that you've generated your truth tables correctly. So circuitverse.org, big thumbs up. It's a great project. You can also make an account. It's free. If you make the account, you'll have the option to save your work online. And that'll also give you the opportunity to share your work with me. So if you'd like to send me your circuit, this is how you can do it. You can also save it locally into your browser. You get a save icon here for save offline. If you save it offline, you'll only be, this is my test save. It's now open only to you on your device. If you go to a different device, you won't be able to access it. There it is right there. This is my test. So circuitverse.org, it's a very good program, very simple, very rudimentary. It's got everything you need inside it. You can take a screenshot of this. If you needed to send me your picture of your circuit diagram, this would work. And again, the simulator works very nicely. The other software that I actually prefer for myself, because I think it gives nicer diagrams, is this one here. It's circuitdiagram.org. It's circuit-diagram.org. I find that this one, it generates a much neater circuit. Like the circuit diagrams looks nicer when you're done. I find the simulator, however, you've got to have the entire circuit hooked up. You need a power source to ground the whole thing, or else this doesn't work. But if you're coming into this one, you can see you come into the components thing and you go to search box. And I can do the same thing. I can type in AND. There's my AND gate. I can pull in my AND gate. I can do my OR gate. There it is. And I think you can already see that this one just tends to produce much neater drawings. Here's my wire. Oops. But this one, and I will say it. Of course, I'm trying to tell you how wonderful and easy this one is to use. It's not working for me nicely. AND gate. This is actually the one that I use for your handouts. So if you've seen, well, you have seen the work I've assigned you. This is the software that I use for that purpose. Turn on the tools. It is a little bit clunky sometimes on the interface. It doesn't help either that I have a ginormous mouse cursor. Because I'm trying to make this visible. That's kind of blocking a lot of what I need to see. Fine, if I come back. Okay, here we go. Now I'm winning. And I can delete that. And I gotta get a wire across. Oh boy. I'm determined to actually make this work. I don't want to quit on it. Okay. Okay, it doesn't like that I'm using a ginormous web cursor to do this thing, so you can see my screen on the, you can see the cursor on the screen. But this circuit diagram software is actually how I did generate the ones um, for your handouts. So this diagram here came off of circuit-designer.org or circuit-diagram.org. It does work very nicely. I swear to God, normally it does, except the simulator isn't just fully functioned. So again, if you're trying to get a functional circuit that you can actually use and play with, I'd recommend the circuitverse.org. If you're just looking for like a really nice, good copy circuit design, this is a very crisp, professional looking circuit diagram. I would highly recommend circuitdiagram.org. Again, up to you to decide how you want to do it. In order to get this into your homework at the end, you're going to want to take a screenshot of it. I'd recommend the snipping tool out of Windows. And this is really how I've been doing everything. It's how I operate. And then you have a picture that you can cut and paste into a Word file or a Google Doc. So hopefully that helps. And I swear to you, circuitdiagram.org does work. I don't know why it's glitching on me now. It does work. and and let me know if you do want to get into this software, because I will sit down with you and I will go through it again later. So that's it for now. Hopefully that helped.